So a bit of context, ever since the Epstein stuff, a lot of people who, spoke on behalf of Trump, considering the fact that he's basically fighting tooth and nail to make sure the files never get released. A lot of people who are advocating for Trump are now coming back and saying some different things. They feel very strongly about his presidency thus far.
What's up, everybody? Apparently we ruined America. Nice. We were trying to hold the person in power, President Trump, accountable for not fulfilling some of his promises. And that was foolish, man.
Nah, you're an idiot,
That
dude.
was
You're
a
bad
foolish
person.
thing to do. Once you vote for somebody, no matter what they do, even if it's the exact opposite of what they say they're going to do, you just ride that until the wheels fall off.
Yes, double down.
Exactly.
Always double down.
Like, by the way, guys, I'm sure some of you have noticed what's been happening the last few days. I just want to let you all know right now, like, I'm in neither one of your fucking cults, okay? If you want me to be in your cult, you can go fuck off. I'm not in the Dem cult. I'm not a Republican cult. I'm a free American. I'll make my own fucking decisions, and I'll say whatever the fuck I want about whatever president is in power, okay? Simple as that. I don't give a fuck what you guys have to say. No, I mean it. It's like, but if you actually care about what's happening in the country, maybe you would want to talk to some different people, and maybe you would hope to build a coalition and move some votes back over to the Democrats if you think that they have a better idea for America. But obviously that's not what you want. But God forbid we shine a light on the people who...
You know what I'm getting a lot of? You talked to him. You platformed him as if he was at 0%. And then we talked to him and then he won the election. As if he had fucking no shot of winning.
Hold on.
People were like, this guy's a monster. He's not a human being. Then we humanize him. That's what he keeps saying.
I'll let you go first.
Well, it's just that I have an issue understanding what is wrong with that statement. Without someone being at 0% or at 15 or at 50 or even at 99, you can contribute to that. You don't have to necessarily make someone go from unknown to 100%. If you add a little 5% to a certain mass, a certain population, if you humanize them and you don't say the things that you were saying in front of them, then there's kind of a, where was the energy? Where's that energy? And of course, you can definitely do everything that you want to do. You're your own person, your own man, you all make your decision. Absolutely. But when you do those things, you can acknowledge the ramification of what you're doing as well. Okay. That's just a fact. That I don't see I don't see the big thing with that statement.
No. You're being too diplomatic. He's being a fucking rat. He's being a rat. Okay, if I say you stole, you're like, I didn't steal all the money. Nobody said you stole all the money. You're being a fucking idiot, okay? You are. At the end of the day, did you participate in his improving image? Yes, that's it. This whole thing of, I didn't steal all, what kind of defense is that? It's so brain dead. You have to believe that Akash is doing this intentionally. I don't believe that's an accident. And then Schulz being like, oh, let's play into this mind. Nobody said you guys are the reasons the motherfucker won. But you yourself know that you contributed to that, and you know it's important. Why? Because you guys keep talking about podcasting is the future. You guys got mad at Kamala for not doing Joe Rogan and doing the right podcast. And then afterwards, you want to act like podcasts aren't hyper-influential.
It's hard to fly out for 3 hours to Austin, Texas.
Do you want to be president or not? Like, that's simple as that. Like, if she loses the election, I think a lot of people will point at the strategy and be like, hey, you didn't really reach out to America. I also think, like, horrible strategy at the end of the campaign. Like, she didn't speak to white people or Latinos the last month. She did the Call Her Daddy, That's White Women. After that, she does Breakfast Club,
The View,
The Smoke.
She did all the smoke. She did The View.
View is white women and black women.
She did Fox. She did CNN. She did a lot.
I'm saying, what are the other pods that she's done?
Oh, just pods?
Yeah.
Pods, she did Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
That's it.
Maybe there's more. Felt to me like a specific, first of all, it felt like there was no outreach to young men at all. And the biggest platform for black people in the world, which is the Joe Rogan podcast, and she chose not to do it. And I think that was a very foolish mistake.
Fun fact.
Yes.
So they know they have influence. And they go on these podcasts because it benefits them. It's a transaction. They get views, they get name recognition, and then the person who goes on the pod for whatever cause they're going for, whether it's selling a book, whatever it is, they influence people. And then afterwards, you're sitting there being like, why are they acting like we had a big influence? It's like, I don't know.
I see what you're saying. My question was really just like, yo, dude, you're saying those statements like they were not true. They are true. It's not a problem with that. But just, you can at least accept the fact that, yes, you did platform him.
But that's my point.
So that's
my point, though. He's not doing that because he's being a rat. you're trying to be diplomatic, but the truth is, this is blatantly dishonest.
Yeah, this is dishonest.
To look at somebody saying, hey, you're like, if you're being accused of theft and your only defense is I didn't steal all the money, why are you acting like I stole all the money? How is that a defense?
This guy's a monster, he's not a human being, then we humanize him. That's what he keeps saying.
Let's game theory this, Akash.
Yeah.
Okay, we are so powerful and influential by
Yes.
simply sitting down with him.
Yeah.
Right? We made him president.
Yeah.
So one would think that if we are disillusioned by some of the things that he is doing as president, and we're upset that that same influence might be able to make someone else president. So shouldn't you be embracing this massive influence?
Yeah,
that you
come
say
to
we
our
have?
side. That
Claim
sounds
we
nice.
have, yeah.
What is this craziness, bro? I don't know, man. These people are the reason why I think I hate most comics today. No one is mad because you guys are changing your minds. No one is saying like, oh, we don't hope that you try to do the right thing in the future. They're just saying, do you even realize what you did before? And your response to that is like, do you see how powerful I am? Well, shouldn't you be nice to me so that I can influence it in the way that you'd like? What is this response, bro? And look, I have a hard time because when you sit down with people and you listen to them and they convince you of their values and morals, you're like, cool. And then they do this like zero accountability. I'm going to just bury my face in the sand and just pretend like nothing happened. And it's probably the wildest things coming from comics because when you think about it, comics are the most sensitive, the least able to accept criticism. But they spend all their day criticizing and insulting other people. And then they go and they tell them, why are you sensitive? It's a joke. You did this thing. You were shameless about it. And after the fact, when it blows up in your face, you want to go, why are you guys looking at me like it matters? I don't know. When I saw this, I'm like, bro, I didn't think I could dislike you more. And I only dislike you this much because I believed the fucking person that you tried to pretend to be before. But it's like you have zero values when I watch you unfold in front of me. What is this? Because when I see someone do something like this, I'm like, why? You can just be accountable. Nobody cares. Like we make mistakes. You know what I mean? We make the wrong decision. You just reel it back. You're like, you know what? That's my fuck up. I got duped. I played into the con and I need to just maybe do some self-reflection. Move on. Nobody cares.
The problem is, we knew. It's not like he didn't lie before.
He didn't have a first term.
It's not like he didn't have a first term. It's not like he didn't do some fuck shit things. It's like now he does nothing that he promised. Like he did nothing that he promised that he was about to do. Like, who is actually surprised of that? Like it never happened. Like we could run it. Do you realize that it's a run back? Like we're running it back.
Yeah, terrorists were there.
It's not brand new. And the thing that the thing that I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? What are you guys saying? Is that Schulz is not dumb. You're smart. Your mind goes very fast. You're quick with it. Don't tell me that you are surprised. You can't look at the result of the first term and then you see this and you think you don't see the correlation.
Hey, bro.
It's just that I feel like right now he's in a state where, okay, it's my last term. I'm already lucky. I'm going out with a bang. I'm doing whatever the hell I want. I'm going to show them.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with you. I think he is doing a lot of the stuff he promised. If you watch his interviews, he never said he was going to release the Epstein stuff. His people did. He never did. In interviews, he said the opposite. The stuff with the immigration, it's supposed to be just criminals. He never said that. He said he's deporting all them motherfucking illegals. The stuff with the Medicaid, he said he was cutting that.
He said he was cutting that.
No, I'm not going to sit here and say Trump in line. They know what it was. They just want to do an about face right now because they want to look like they're duped because they don't like the result. But he said he was going to do the tariffs. How is this not what he promised? I think that's a good defense for people like this because they can just say, oh, well, he lied to us. I was like, just do the minimum amount of research. That's just not true. It's not. And considering you have these super influential podcasts, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, generate millions, you can afford to just hire a researcher to look into the facts. And don't ever forget the point. When Trump was in his face and he says, I'm a truthful person, Schulz laughed in his face because he knows the motherfucker's a constant liar.
Roll the clip.
Because I'm basically a truthful person, but frankly,
I hated the interview they did first time because they were cowards with it. They were. Let's just call a spade a spade. I think we could do that. They sat in front of the guy and didn't say anything flagrant, even though that's the name of their podcast. Why? Because they wanted access to him. And the reality is a lot of these comics say they want to be able to say these edgy things, whatever it is, because of free speech, but they get in front of powerful people and they turn into pussies. They turn into cowards, and they don't ask tough questions. They say it's all about having a conversation to really understand the person, but if you're not going to ask difficult things, then really it's a fluff piece. And that's what they did. They gave him good PR. Afterwards, they want to pretend like it's not influential, but it is. And you realize this with most of these comics, they sit in front of these powerful people and they never ask tough questions. They don't hire a researcher, they don't hire a fact checker, they don't do none of this stuff. And then afterwards, they'll be like, well, of course we don't. We wouldn't have the interview. They don't have the interview. You guys would not do a comedy show if they neutered your comedy and told you can't do 1,000 different jokes. But you're going to sit in front of the president, one of the most powerful people who influences people, who says foul things all the time, and you going to bite your tongue? That makes you a pussy. That's all it does. For a check, for some access to the White House, you decided to be a coward. Stop talking about all this free speech stuff that's important to you. Stop talking about the fact that you want to be able to tell jokes about trans people and all these minorities and be flagrant. If when you're in front of powerful people, you turn into pussies. If you get in front of billionaires and you hold back the jokes, you're cowards. And that's okay. But don't come out afterwards and be like, why are people calling me a coward? Why are people, I'm not in your cult or whatever. They want to have all this power but zero responsibility. Bro, we're just comics, bro. We're just here telling jokes like, I'm the dumb guy. I'm the dumb guy and Joe's the dumb guy. And we just talk to people and we influence billions of people, and we help people get things. We help them sell millions of books. How many times has people gone on these podcasts and the sales for their products have skyrocketed? Sure. How many times have these people been no fucking bodies and all of a sudden they get millions of dollars in research? These guys are influential. They change lives. That's why all these researchers and scientists want to speak to them. It's not because they find it riveting to talk to fucking Schulz. They go there because their books sell and they can pay their fucking bills. And then afterwards, these same comics go, oh, these young guys even plug their comedy shows. They go on these other podcasts to plug their shows to sell tickets. But that's the point. Then, why are you acting like we move the needle? Nigga, you move bank accounts by the thousands. I don't know.
You do.
I just can't.
But I think there's a difference between there's a difference between a comedian and a jester. And they want to be a jester. You know, a jester could laugh at the king and not get his head cut off. I think that's the head cut off thing is really the accountability, and we don't want that. I want to laugh about everything and anything, and I'm just a jester. It's just a joke. It's just entertainment. I'm here to entertain the court. But yeah, I think we have to have like a accountability. We have to be conscious of the ramification that we have. You can't have 1 million, 2 million followers on different platform or on just one and not think that you have some kind of influence. It's beyond me. You have people tuning in to you like you're the TV that was there decades ago. People are watching you in the views that TV shows with big budget wish they had. You can't tell me that you do not have influence. It's like if The View told me that they don't have influence. Sometimes we call them out on the stupid thing that they say. If they would tell me that, it's not that bad. It's just, for entertainment. No, you can't tell me that these women that are watching you don't have influence on them. Any platform, as little as it is, you have an influence. You have a community. Yeah. So, anyways.
I don't know. I'll say this. I actually feel stronger about this stuff than I do the Fresh and Fit stuff.
No, we could disagree on that.
Like the whole comedy thing, I really bought into it.
In a way.
In the whole idea of comics, bastions of free speech, you push the envelope, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, word. And then I came to just peer behind the curtain and it's like, these guys are just mean when it's convenient.
I still believe in that. I still believe in that free speech. There's a free speech. It's just that I also believe in there's consequences to whatever you say. So yeah, you have the right to say it. But yeah, some people are going to be mad and they have the right to be mad. And if there's something that has to happen, it has to be equal to what you said.
Sure, but you know what this is like? This privilege is almost like the privilege that's given to cops.
Yes.
Stand a little bit above the rest.
Yes.
Which is okay. But when a cop does something, isn't it exponentially worse than when a regular person
exactly.
does it?
It's 100%.
Okay. So that's why I hate what they do way more than the Fresh and Fit stuff.
Sure.
Because comics fought for this, right? They did this whole spiel where they were, and you see it on the news all the time. Why are we criticizing Andrew Schulz or Joe Rogan? They're just comics. They say it all the time. Yeah. But then you come to realize they wield their influence well outside of comedy all the time. So when they get criticized, they run behind the comic thing. But at the end of the day, a lot of what they do has nothing to do with that. So that's what I mean when I say I really hate this shit.
Stop.
Come on, that is the most.
It's just you're smart. It's because you're smarter than that. You know. Like
That's
I've
why
seen
I was
you.
like,
I spoke
was
to.
disappointed.
I see. Yeah, it's pretty much that. Like, because I know you're smart. You're not dumb. You know this shit.
Nah, bro.
You can't. Yeah, you can't sell that shit.
I haven't had a chance to rock this one. Do that for today. We should rock the stuff that we got from Ethiopia one day to a specific event. Gotta do it for the culture.
I can't.
Why?
I'm married. That should be looking fly, nigga. I can't.
Took me a second,
I can't.
but we appreciate you.